How are you guys? I'm doing great and I look beautiful. Just kidding, this is not what we're going for today, but I'm gonna do the intro like this because I'm too lazy to take it off right now. So, basically today's look, there we go, so you can see me in my beautifulness. Today's look is gonna be not as crazy as they usually are, just because I wanted to take a break from making all the crowns and stuff, because let me tell you, it gets very tiring making them. And I was gonna do another one, but I'm not really liking how it looks. So we're gonna do like eye art, basically. So I just looked at a whole bunch of like inspiration photos on Instagram, and I'm just gonna like get my creative ideas flowing. But yeah, I just like saw a whole bunch of pictures and I got inspired, and that's what we're gonna do today. So I'm just gonna show you kind of the idea of what it's gonna look like. This is the look we're gonna be doing right here. And I will put this girl's Instagram on right here so you guys can see it. This is like the main inspiration I got from, but I am basically changing it a lot. But yeah, so this is what we're gonna be doing. And I am gonna be doing 3 looks today, but I'm gonna post the videos separately so that they're not in super duper long. But yeah, so that's the first look I'm gonna do. And we're gonna put that on my face. And then we're gonna take the pictures, do the TikToks, do the little final modeling shibing shabong. And then I'm gonna take it all off and do the second one. And then same thing with the second one and then do the third one. That's what my day is looking like. And I've spent an hour doing the TikToks already. So, and looking like this. And this shit on my teeth is really grossing me out. So that is what we're basically going to be doing. And I have some ideas that I want to add to. So we're going to see how that looks. But without further ado, I'm just going to take this shadoodles off my face and look a little bit more presentable. And I'll be right back. But let's be real, I'm beautiful no matter what. Okay, so now that I'm looking a bit more like myself, what we're gonna do is I'm going to pop up the picture here so you can kind of see what I'm gonna base it off of. So I'm just gonna start with that dark color around my eyes, and I'm gonna use black for that, and I'm just gonna use a tiny brush like this just to make sure I can get it nice and precise. Okay, here we go. Here goes nothing. I'm gonna start it right here and then just keep going with it until I kind of make like a circle. And now I'm going to go in with another brush, but just a little bit more like fluffy, just to be able to blend the black and the green, but still be able to have control over the color. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this palette right here, and I'm just gonna use the darkest green in that palette, and it's right down here. So I'm just putting this right here. So I'm just gonna keep doing this and just following that around and then blending it together. Okay, and then once we have that laid down, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a small brush with no product right now, so just another pencil brush, and I'm just going to blend the two out a little bit more. And then I'm gonna go back in between the black and the green, depending on what it is that I need. So right now, I'm just taking a little bit of black and just blending it. So I'm just putting it right there where the two meet so that it can be a little bit more blended out, if that makes any sense. And now I'm gonna go in with the green, and I'm gonna take a fluffy brush. I'm gonna go ahead and take this tiny one right here and use the green just to kind of diffuse it a little bit more. And now I'm going to go in with a lighter green. I'm just deciding which one right now because I'm not quite sure. Okay, I'm gonna take a mixture of this one right here and this one right there. And I'm gonna mix those two, more of the lighter one, so that we can get a nice diffuse, if that makes sense. And then I'm gonna take that tiny one and then just blend out the edges over here, so that when we put down the next color, it'll be easy to blend. And I'm gonna go back in with that darker green, because I feel like we lost a little bit, and just place it down. And now that we have it looking like that, I'm just gonna take this green right here. You don't obviously have to buy all of these palettes if you're gonna recreate this look. You just find the greens that you have and use those. But yeah, so now I'm gonna take this one. Okay, and now once we have that applied, I'm going to now change the shape. The reason I did it so exaggerated like that is because it's easier to like blend it this way. I don't know if that's making sense, but it's easier to just blend it like drastically instead of being super precise, because when you blend it drastically, you can easily just erase it by taking some makeup remover, which is what I'm gonna do right now. So I'm just kind of retouching the colors a little bit, but that is what I'm going to do. So now that we have that done, I'm just gonna take a Q-tip and put some makeup remover on it and just decide where it is that I want to cut this. So I think right there. Okay, so now that we have that completed, I'm gonna go on to the other eye and do that off camera, and then I'll be right back to show you the next step of this little look. All right guys, so now we're at this point. So now we got both sides done, and all I did off camera was just clean up the black to like make it a little bit sharper. And what I just did to do that was just take a nice little tiny brush like this and some makeup remover, and I just went like that all around until I was happy with how sharp it was and to make sure that both sides looked the same. So now what we're gonna do is figure out what else I want to do with this. So now I'm going to take this P. Louise cosmetic base in the shade Hint of Mint, and I'm going to use this to kind of go right underneath the black. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this. We're going to go in with this little thingy, and I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand. And it's basically just like a paste like this. And I'm going to put it right there is where I'm planning on putting it. And now what you want to do to make sure this looks good is I'm going to use that tiny brush again, and I am just going to place it right next to that black and hope for the best, because you really can't do much with this. So that's what I'm going to do. And any brush like really tiny and flat and no stray hairs is what's going to help you the most. So with that being said, I'm going to just place this, hold my breath, and hope that it looks good. Okay, here we go. I'm scared. Okay, so now that we did that color, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take makeup remover again and just carve out that line just to make it nice and crisp, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and take the makeup remover and that tiny brush and then just go in and start creating that line. And then when you run out, you just dip your brush back in and then go back in. And this is basically what I did for the black as well. Okay, so now that we did this side and it's all nice and clean, and now I'm just gonna do the same thing to the other eye and figure out what I wanna put right here. So when I do that, I will be right back. Okay, so yes, now I remember what. Okay, so I basically just cleaned them up, and now what I'm gonna do is close the door because I feel like you can hear everything. All right, and now what I'm gonna do is I am just going to go in with a white, which is also from the P. Louise base. I've gotta be kidding me. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go in with that white base, and I am going to put this on as a base for eyeshadow just so that it pops more. And where I'm gonna put this is where you can, okay, this is like the idea I have. So right there where my crease is, I wanna fill that in with pink. And then on the rest of it, I'm going to fill it in with green. So this is gonna be difficult because if I look up or do something, it's gonna like move it around. So I'm not gonna talk right now because I need to hold my breath so that I don't mess it up. But yeah, so that's kind of the idea. If it didn't really make sense, you're about to see what I mean in a minute. So let's do this shit.
Recorded on 2 separate tracks. each one giving special emphasis to certain sections of the orchestra, as heard from those positions. Now, when played back simultaneously...
Alright, so now that we did that outline there, I hope it makes more sense. So like when I open my eye right on, you can still see that white line, which is what I want. I want you to see the pink when I open my eye, because if I were to do it lower, like right here, it would be lost because I have a little bit of a hooded eye. So now I'm just going to fill the rest of it in with white. Okay, and now I'm just going to go in with a pink. So I'm just going to take the same palette I took from when I used for the green, and I'm just gonna go into a nice bright pink because I want this to pop. And I am going to use a really like tiny flat brush to make sure that I can get it in precisely. And then I'm just gonna pat it on. You don't wanna drag it on. And I'm just following that outline that I did, and you wanna make sure to pat it on and just going with those colors and make sure you're precise. So I'm just starting first laying down the line, laying down the line right here, and then just filling the rest in. And then once I do that, I will be right back. Okay, so now what we're going to move on to is the lid. So what I have in mind for this is using the tones that we used out here, but in here. So I'm gonna go in first with the darker green. Okay, so this is my plan. So I'm gonna do dark, medium, and light, and that's the order I'm gonna do it in, but I don't wanna use too dark of a shade here. So I'm gonna do a lighter green. If that makes any sense. But before I do that, I do just want to set this part of my lid because there's nothing on there and I feel naked without anything on there. So I'm just gonna take some more of that white paint, but I'm just gonna take a little bit and just start putting it everywhere and then getting it nice and close to the little pink line. Okay, so now that we set that nice little base, before it starts to get crazy, I'm going to start applying the shadow. So I'm gonna go in with like a dark green, but not like too dark, because I do want this to, actually I know what I'm gonna do now. Okay, so we're gonna go in with a darker shadow, but not too dark, and then we're gonna go with a matte light green and then a shimmery light green. Okay, we're creating, we're thinking, we're using the brain that doesn't go to college. I'm about to start crying because I don't go to college. Okay, so we're gonna first go in with the darker green, and I am going to apply this right here. So I'm not gonna be able to breathe for this because I need to hold my breath so that my hand doesn't move too much. And then I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush for the part that's close to the pink, if that makes sense. Okay, so like this thing right here. It's like a lip brush basically. Is that the color I used? Yes. And then I'm gonna use that to go right there. And there you can see I get really nice and close to the, excuse me, to the pink without messing it up. So that I'm gonna use this tiny brush and then go in with the bigger one. And now I have decided that I wanna add a little bit of darkness to the outer corner, but just like the taddest, like tiny, just to like kind of like mesh the two together. So just with this and going in with the dark green, I'm just adding it right in here, and that's where it's gonna stay. And now I'm kind of wanting to see if I have a dark green shimmer shade, because I kind of want to put that over here, but I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this one. So this is just from the NYX, what is this thing called? The NYX Modern Dreamer palette. And I'm just taking that green color and I'm going to see if I don't completely ruin this. And I'm just going to take some of that on the brush and just apply it there where the dark green is. Alrighty, so I actually like that. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad. It just gave it like a little subtle like something, you know? Alrighty, so now that we did this portion of the eye, I am of course going to do the same thing to this one. I swear, if I only had one eye, makeup would take me so much less time, half the time, if I am being whatever. The point is it would take me so much less time. But anyway, I'm going to move on to this eye and I will be right back to show you what else I will be doing. Alright guys, so now we are here. So basically I did do just two things off camera just to not have this be so long. I did do like a colorful brow and then I just added some liner. So I just added some wing liner. If you are interested in to see how I did that, I did do a video a while back. I will link it down there for you if you are interested in how I do my liner. And now for the brows, basically all I did was I just grabbed this thing here and I just basically filled them in how I normally would. And then to blend them in with the brown, all I did was grab some green shadow in like a pencil brush, but like make sure it's fluffy like this, and just went like that just to like blend them in together and not have it look like a harsh line. So now that we have that completed, I'm thinking of what I want to do because there's like these like blank spaces here that I want to kind of fill up, and I think I'm going to do that with some rhinestones. So I'm going to grab the rhinestones that I'm going to be using and I'm just going to apply them where I think they need to be applied. Okay, so I just grabbed some silver rhinestones and I'm also going to go ahead and grab my lash glue, as well as this little tool right here. You can get this off of Amazon. It is for literally using rhinestones and things like that. So I'm just going to put a little bit of lash glue on my hand and then just going to open up the ones that I want. First, I'm just going to pick up one side of this tool and that's where I'm going to put the lash glue, and then on this side, which has like a little gummy, that's where you put the rhinestones. So I'm just kind of placing it where I want them to be. Okay, and then I might do another one down there. All right, so now that we have that, I'm just going to wait for it to get a little bit tacky, and then so there's like different sizes here, so I'm going to be using one big one for right here and here, and then the rest will be a little bit smaller, which I think will give it a little bit more something maybe. We're about to find out. Alright, so now that we have those on, I do want to put them somewhere else. I'm just deciding where I want to. And while I decide, I'm going to do the TikToks that I keep forgetting to do. Alright, and now where else I'm going to put them is, I think I am going to do it right here, just to incorporate a little bit more, because I feel like this spot is just blank and it's just like black, and I don't want it to be just like black, if that makes sense. So I want to put them here, but I want to put them close together. So basically this part for the glue is a little bit different. So when you want to put them like really, really close together, what you do is you just draw a line across. So like that. And hopefully I won't rip out any eyebrow hairs. Alright, and I think I'm going to stop there because I don't want it to go all the way in here. I am going to go in with the medium-sized ones. So like this one right here is what I'm going to go in with. And I might do smaller ones as well. That will be decided when I start placing them on my face. Okay, so now that we just did this side with the rhinestones, I went a little bit further than I'm planning on, but I just feel like I needed to fill it up a little bit more. Whew. Now that we have that done, I'm just going to, of course, move on to this eye, and then I'll be right back to show you the next step, because I have one more idea that I want to do, and I actually might do it off camera because it's very simple. I'm thinking of putting some pink right here in this part, just to kind of fill up that space and give it something else that's not like, so to give it a contrast right here with the black. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. And then, so once I do those two things, I will be right back. And basically the way I'm doing the pink is just how I did it right here with the white paint and then the pink shadow on top. Once I have that done, I'll be right back to go onto the face. Let's hope, unless I get another idea. So now we are here, and what I'm going to do is, so this is what it's looking like so far. And now I'm going to move on to the face. So I am going to do the face off camera just because of the fact, one, this is based on the eyes, and two, my battery is gonna die. And I should get a new one, but they're really expensive. So yeah, but I'm going to charge my battery, and while it charges, I'm gonna finish the face. So do foundation and everything like that. Then I will show you what I'm going to do for the lower portion of the eye, which I have no idea. So with that being said, I will do the face and I will be right back to show you what it is that I decide to do on the bottom part of the eyes. All right guys, so now we're here. I did the face and I did the lips. So for the lips, all I did was I just outlined it in black because I was planning on doing black, but I didn't see it happening. So I outlined them in black and then I just put a liquid lipstick on that was like a bit darker and nude, and then popped on some lashes, did my face, and just put some pink eyeliner in the waterline. And I didn't do it on camera because I feel like it might gross some people out. So, and now we're gonna move on to the bottom part of the eyes. So what I have in mind, I'm going to go in with this little brush and I'm just going to put the green shadow that we've been using all along my lower lash line. And I really want to make sure I pack it on there so that you can see it and it's like vibrant. And then I'm just going to go in with that darker green and I'm just going to put it really close to the waterline. And this is just to give it a little bit of depth. And now for the inner corner, I want to incorporate that kind of turquoise color that we have going on. So I'm going to go in with a tiny brush like so, and then I'm just going to put in the turquoise right where my inner corner is. And now that we have that done, I am just gonna go ahead and apply some lip gloss and I will be right back to show you the final result. Alright guys, so this is the final and completed makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed and maybe learned some techniques to kind of do this more creative makeup. I do like how it turned out, but there's just something about it that's like, I don't know what it is. But I am pretty happy with it. I'm surprised I could do lines like that because I didn't think I could. So I am happy that I got to the end. It is currently almost 12 and I am gonna do one more today, which will be uploaded after this one. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this makeup look. Don't forget to do all the YouTube things like subscribe, turn on the bell, like, comment. Let me know what other things you guys want to see. After this one, I will be doing the next designer makeup inspired looks. So watch out for those because they will be coming. I just needed a little break from all the crazy makeup, so I decided to do these. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this look. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. It means the absolute world so that I don't feel dumb when I talk to a camera. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this makeup look and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye! Is that how I did it? Yeah.
Y ahora quiero que vuelva como un niño los findes. Desde que te has ido no hacen gracia los chistes. Me he cortado el pelo, me he comprado otro tinte. Buscando a ver si encuentro algo.
I'm gonna go to if you do. Just so that I can, it's, oh, hi queen.
Hi, gorgeous.
I get those goosebumps every time. Said boost bumps. Boobies? Boobies bumps? No, we don't have boobies bumps. I don't even know what it is, but I know I don't have it. At least I hope. Oh, I can't scratch my eye.
So good. Was it feel so